And all we have to do is have respect and ask all our representatives in Washington to obey the Constitution. And then we are so much less likely to get ourselves bogged down in one more war. And this isn't the first one. I mean, it was Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf War, and many, many other little ones. And here we are bogged down in one where we're on the verge of this spreading. You know, they talk about the war against Islam, fascism, whatever that is supposed to mean, as World War IV. Well, I'm worried about World War coming, but not that kind. I'm worried about what will happen immediately after those bombs fall on Iran. I mean, we are not safe and secure when we think of where our troops are, the unintended consequence of what's happened between the Kurds and the Turks, and how unstable that is. The instability of us now in the southern part of Iraq, where we've actually benefited the Iranians, if anybody else. I mean, we have created chaos over there. I mean, there are 2 million refugees that have had to leave Iraq, 2 million that are wandering around in Iraq. Half the Christians have had to leave. And you think back, you know, that Saddam Hussein was a murderous, bad, evil guy. But boy, if you compare everything that's happened since we've invaded versus what was the status quo prior to this, you gotta wonder, how could anybody justify this approach to trying to improve the world? All political action should be for the preservation of liberty. I have such confidence that free people are capable of taking care of themselves. I believe that free individuals can make much more sense out of it than members in Congress or the bureaucrats. I've also got more convinced than ever as I travel around the country that when you talk about freedom and you talk about these issues, and maybe this is one of the reasons other candidates haven't come, I think the freedom message brings all of us together, whatever our religion is, or whatever our beliefs are, and wherever we came from. Because freedom is not judgmental. It allows people to make their own choices as long as they don't use force to impose their will on us. So this brings people together, and this is what's been happening in this campaign. People from all walks of life are coming together. The opposite occurs when you have big centralized government, when you have socialism and welfarism, and the consumption of wealth and the control of wealth at the federal level. And that basically is what is the case. The federal government controls it directly or indirectly. That means in order to get representation, you have to have a high-powered lobbyist to go to Washington and demand to try to get some of your wealth back. But at the same time, as the country becomes poorer and the pie starts to shrink, those who want to get their share become more and more aggressive. Exactly opposite of what happens when there's peace and prosperity that comes from the emphasis on individual liberty. That's what this Constitution, that's what America's been all about, is institutionalizing the principle that the individual gains rights. We don't have rights because we belong to a group. We don't have rights because we're women or belong to an ethnic group or a religious group. We have rights because we're individuals, and we should be treated as individuals, and we should never get special benefits, but we should never have punishments because we belong to a particular group either. Right. This to me is the essence of what America is all about, and we have an opportunity. Though we have many problems, they are coming to a fruition, and we're understanding it, and people are becoming much more interested, and they understand the problem, and they're starting to hear what the solution is all about. And it's a wonderful, beautiful solution of what we have to offer, and it's found in freedom. It's found in the traditions of what has made America great. It can be found in the rule of law, and it can be found in our Constitution. There is no reason why we cannot all get together and champion this cause, because we cannot continue as we're doing now. Because it's a failed foreign policy, it's a failed monetary policy, it's a failed social policy here at home. And believe me, the answers are available to us, and all we have to do is join together, spread the message, and make sure that we can turn this around in the next election. Thank you very much.